A good Erev Shabbos, Parshas Netzavim. Atem Netzavim Hayim Kulchem Lefnei Hashem Melekechem Reshechem Sheftechem Ziknechem V'Shatrechem Kol Ish Yisrael. So there's a question that I was asking, if it says Atem Netzavim Kulchem, everybody is standing today in front of Hashem, why does it have to go and start calculating Reshechem Sheftechem Ziknechem Shetrechem? It has to specify each and every category when we already specified all the categories. Kulchem, we already said everybody. So this week is it's Shabbos Mevarchim. We're going to bench the month of Tishrei, going into Rosh Hashanah in 48 hours. This month is when benching the Chodesh, but we're not benching the Chodesh. This month the Eibishter is benching the Chodesh. The Eibishter is benching the Chodesh, which means that the language that we speak, that Chassidus has taught us, that we've been so fortunate this year to really learn so much and familiarize with a whole new existence, tapping into a whole new language, because most conflict happens in a space of separation. Most conflict happens in a space of separation. Separation because of lack of communication. If there is no communication, why is there no communication? Because there's lack of language. If I have no language, I can't communicate. But we're talking here about feelings, energies, oiris, and if I have no expression, I don't know what it is, I don't know how to express myself, then I'm just like a child that screams, that cries, instead of just asking, Mommy, can I have a cup of water? Can I have more food, or I'm full? Instead it cries because it has no language. So we've learned the language. It's been such a rich year. So much has opened up and has been revealed, so we can finally communicate. And what comes down to the bottom line is Atem Netzavim Hayom. Today we're going to be standing. What does it mean, Judgment Day? Mishpat means that there is nobody can stand in front of this absolute 100% tachas pshitas righteousness and stand and come out with all their bones. Nobody can stand in front of this flash. When this flash, peskira achas, as this thing moves over, and everybody gets judged in 1 second, small to big, large, everybody, in 1 second, just by, from the way we can understand it, is just the ultimate presence of pshitas, of simplicity, intense simplicity. And if there's any type of meat left in the way, any type of fat left in the way, it just burns and it's painful. So we're going to be standing in that space. So we're going into blessing the month. We got benched in the Chodesh. The Eibishter is going to bless us first before we're going to stand for the day of Rosh Hashanah, where we're going to be Mamlich Malachim. We're going to tell him, we want you to be our king. We're going to create a desire. We, the queen, are going to create a desire and tell him, we want you to be your king. We want you to be our king. And we're going to awaken a ratzon, a desire within our Creator to be our Melech. So first is going to bench us. So this is the month that the Eibishter blesses us. The Eibishter benches us. So we have to be standing in a place, as we spoke about by the Shir, to get to a place beyond letters, beyond expression, beyond oisius, just in a space of being. Now that you have all the language, you know where it's at. It's in the stillness. It's in try to be at least noticeable. No, don't let it bleep out. No complaints. Nothing. Just being present in the moment and be blessed. To go to a place that's higher from expression. When you go into a place that's higher than expression, we tap into, we stand a chance to be yitzdak lefonav. We stand a chance to be just, because I'm not asking for anything. I'm holding perfect space. It's not about me right now. It's about him. We want him to bless us so he can feel that he can land the ship. There's a runway here. There's somebody that's standing here. Some bodies, a collective consciousness standing here. Kulchem hayom. All equal, that's ready to receive this light, opening up so he can land. And the word is in Kulchem is the warrior carrier, the wood chopper, sheftechem ziknechem. This is all parts of us, within us, that we need to make peace with, to honor all these pieces within us. And once we honor all these pieces within us and we're in flow with it, that's where the bracha is. That's where we're just connecting. The job is not for one. The job is a collective consciousness. And when we get together in one space, we're just open and flow. Then we can get together and everybody can bring what their best that they have to offer. Nobody can finish a job at once. It's failed. Nobody can have this level of alignment. Adam Harishon failed. Adam Harishon failed. Even he couldn't land. It was just too much for one person to deal with, over and over again. And anytime it was given to one person to do the job, it wasn't happening. So the job now has been split up between all of us, and everybody has to show up. So what needs to show up? I think the stretch should be going at least for the month of Tishrei. We know about the news, how amazing the news is, how much news was put out about traveling and how dangerous it is, and the fears and the all types of lies, and just to create panic. First it was one thing, COVID, now it's another thing, a war, and now it's a third thing. There's always something because this is what the consciousness needs to feed off. He needs to put letters, he needs to put oisius in there in order to capture the light that comes in, the oil that lands, they capture in their letters and their oisius. But now that we have language and we know our language, we also have a language, Lashon HaKodesh, which is the language of the tongue, the holy tongue. It's the tongue that creates, the tongue that really causes real change, not a language that doesn't have the koyach, that doesn't have the bechira to create. This is a language that creates from nothing to something. Yesh ma'ayin. So there should be, in order to stay in stillness and not to be able to, and not to hijack the light that comes in, I think there should be a month of silence where there's not many days of working days anyways. There's probably 4 days in the whole month of Tishrei. There should be a whole month, 30 days should be a diet of no listening to news. No news, none whatsoever. There's nothing there's no schachas there anyways. It's the same spin over and over again just to get you worked up. And what it does is it takes the blessings that we're receiving, that we're standing, that you worked so hard for, standing in stillness, and nobody is going to land that light better than you, because you know how to be in stillness, you know how to stay in that moment of perfection. And now comes one bit of news that takes you out on a spin, takes you on the loop, and creates fear and creates all types of stories, hijacks all that, and that's called Yanika. And we go through all this trouble, the work that we did, and then Tekiy Shofar, we're confusing the Satan, Shilzam Birbivya, and we're confusing him once again, and then confuse him again, and here he comes and it just takes everything. But he will not be successful because you're trained, you know how to do this, you are a proper, you're a soldier. You're a soldier that's harnessing, fighting for light, for positive flow, fighting for stillness, fighting for peace, perfection, to be able to be in relationship with your children. If I'm in fear, I can't be in the relationship with my child, because if I'm in fear, he's panicking. He for sure does not know how to deal with that. So how am I in the relationship with him when I'm processing fear? We're not talking here about you can put a smile on your face, but that's a lie. Because the child can feel that. Your child can feel that. Your inner child feels when it's not real, that it's not authentic. You are a product of that. When there was one face, echad b'pev, echad b'lev, when my heart was spinning and I just put a smile, and now we think that happiness looks this way because that's how it was given to you. Not judging anybody, just stating the fact. So Atam Netzavim, it's the last Shabbos of the year. It's not because it's the last and that's why it's exciting. It stands for something special. It stands for something powerful. We're going to be blessed so we can stand in front of our Creator and be Mamlechim as our King. Next we have in the parsha here, says Rashi that even on the Niglas, we were not punished until we went over the Yarden. For when we were last week we had the Har Gerizim Bahar Evel, where we had the Shvatim were split up. 6 went for the curses and 6 went for the brachas. It said Baruch and Adar. In other words, what happened over here is that we created language on how to process, how to eskafi and eschapcha light, a darkness into light. It could have been any way, but there was a language created. The Torah gave us a map how to do that. The Har Gerizim Bahar Evel is your story that you are going through in your life, everything that you're experiencing, the lack of, the abundance of, everything is a game that was created for us, a language, a very important language that the world stands on. It's a responsibility and an obligation, because you have the Lashon HaKodesh, you have the tongue of the holy tongue that is here to create. And everything, the Har Gerizim, Har Evil, your story is created for you to find the light, to fabricate, refurbish, generate light. Taking the dark, the choshech, and turning it into light, generating. Keep threading the water. That's where it's at. It's not about you taking it personal. That's not, if you think that, then you're missing the point. You're not getting anywhere with that. So, let there be a real blessed month. Who else can bench better than the Eibishter himself? Who else can do a better job than the ultimate blessings, the ultimate bracha should be with a tremendous flow. Should be with tremendous flow and compassion. Don't forget to say Tillim. We know that it's about, as we said by the Shir, that it's about Oisius. We're just here to say words. You don't need to understand what you're saying, because we're talking here about an oira light that's higher than our understanding. First bring it, first land it, become a vessel to receive, and then you have the next 12 months going forward to unpack it. Every month we go through how we're tuning in, what's coming at us to open up the suitcase of what needs to be brought into the world. L'chaim, have an awesome Shabbos, all the blessings, and a sweet New Year. We'll talk probably again on Sunday for sure. And but until then, it should be a ksivach simatov, a good gebencht yahr, and compassion for self. Good Shabbos.